I had the honor and the privilege of competing at the District 84 conference for Toastmasters. I had to beat the club level, the area level, and the division level to be able to compete at this competition. And let me tell you, that was an adventure. I've only been a Toastmaster since October of 2024. Oh, yeah, not that long, but I've done so much. And let me tell you, the story I'm about to tell you is one that is incredible. I called it the unlikely winner because everything that could go wrong went wrong during my speech. But hey, when life gives you lemons, make something delicious that everybody will love. Here's the speech that I gave at my club to tell everybody who didn't make it to the conference exactly what happened. I get a call a week before conference, and the person on the other line sounds a little frantic. James, have you seen my email? What email? The email for the contest. If you don't make it to this meeting, you will be disqualified. Oh, I better check my email. Hold on one second. Get on my computer. Who's the email from? It's from Amanda Cross. Who? Amanda Cross. Okay. Yeah, I see the email. What's it about? You need to come to the online Zoom call for the contestants so that way we have a briefing so that way you know what to do for the contest. Okay, I'll sign up. I'll be there. All right, we'll see you. Now I'm a little excited. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know about this, but the whole fact that now I get to go to the briefing, I get to see who else I'm going to be competing against. That wasn't the case. That Sunday was the meeting before the week of the conference. And on Zoom, it was not just contestants. It was also people who were going to be functionaries for the event. So I couldn't tell who was who. But the briefing was good. The briefing was done by, I cannot remember her name right now, but she is the president of education. And she said that we were supposed to wear our costumes to the actual mic check so that way we can see if the mics will work with our costumes, because you never know what people are going to wear for a costume. I remembered that. That stuck in my brain because I was going to wear a costume. I wanted to be fly on stage as well as prepared. Now, the week of the conference, I decided to go to Amazon. I'm looking through the list of costumes and I'm like, one stood out to me. It was a break dancer. I used to break dance back in the day when I was younger. I had the moves, I could do a little something. But I was like, this is going to work for me. So I picked that costume. Now it's the day of the conference. My great friend Michael Cameron picks me up. He's excited, just as excited as I am. I can see he's a little bit more excited because he already has in his mind, I'm going to win. And I was thinking, Mike, I don't even know who my competition is. I've never heard any of these people. I've never been outside of our district, let alone our area. I'm a little nervous about winning. He's like, oh, no, you got this. I believe in you. When he said that, that made me believe in me a lot more. We're driving to Orlando, and he's telling me all these great stories about past conferences and what to expect, what to look out for, and what kind of educational programs to go to. And so I expected to be with Mike the whole time at this conference. Oh, no. Oh, no. Mike was a butterfly. He was gone. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Me, I also put on my wings and decided to be a social butterfly too. When they handed us this sheet that had different criteria on it and blank spaces next to it, they were like, you have to go around and speak to other Toastmasters. It's a form of networking, but once you fill this out, you get entered into a drawing to win a prize. Oh, I like prizes. Well, so I'm gonna go ahead and fill this out. I went and talked to all kinds of people that had never even seen or heard of me. And I got my thing filled out and I got it submitted. Now, they told us that our briefing for the mic check was going to be at 4 p.m. on Friday. I made sure to go back to my room, change into my costume, because remember, they said do the mic check in your costume. So that way, see if it works. So I did. I had on my red b-boy outfit with my Kango hat, my weird glasses that weren't prescription, because I actually wear prescription. And I went to the ballroom. Now, this room is massive. It's about as big as this room, actually, maybe a little bit bigger. I see the stage, and I'm like, I'm going to be up there. Ooh, I can't wait. And I get to see the other contestants. Finally, I get to scope out my competition. But this is a different kind of scoping because they're not speaking. I just get to see who they are. Usually, whenever you are sizing up your competition, it's for certain events where you might be able to tell something about them from their appearance. But in this situation, I had no clue. We got to meet the sound guy. His name was Jerome. And Jerome's speech was, all right, guys, now here is your microphone. She's laughing because I sound just like him. Here is your battery pack for your microphone. As you can tell, you see here, it's orange. When it's orange, this means the mic is not on. It is muted. Okay. Now, once you see that now is green, that means your mic is hot. And your mic won't be hot if you see it green in the back room. It only gets green or hot when you come towards the stage. I am in control of that, so don't worry about it. Okay. Now, just in case anything happens to where your mic doesn't work, we have a standalone mic up there on the stage that you can grab and continue your speech. This shouldn't happen, but just in case it does, there's your other mic. All right. Cool. Thanks, Jerome. Now it's time for us to individually get mic'd up, go onto the stage, do the little mic check, and then we're done. I get mic'd up. I notice I can't wear my hat with the mic because every time I put my hat on, the mic flips up here. I'm like, all right, well, no hat. I get mic'd up. I go up on the stage. I look out over the area. I get a good mental image of this because I'm going to save this. This is going to come in handy later. And he's like, all right, go ahead and say something. I'm like, hello, everyone, and welcome to Toastmasters. I'm like, all right, I hear how I sound through the speakers. I sound good. He goes, you don't have to yell. I was like, I'm not yelling. That's how I normally talk. He's like, so I got a good idea of what I'm supposed to sound like when I say something. And the contest chair was there as well. She's like, all right, everybody, when you go on a stage and I ask you, contestant, are you ready? You're supposed to say, yes, I am. That's your way of mic checking and also letting me know that you are ready. Okay? Everybody's like, okay. Now, I go back to my room and I make a little video for the Instagram. I get hyped. I'm like, listen, I'm in my outfit. I'm getting ready to compete. I'm representing not only my club, not only my area, I'm representing my my division at the district competition. And I am so excited. Post. All right, it's about time for dinner to start. I head back to the conference room. I'm looking for my crew. Michael already has a table. I go and sit down. And then I see Susie. She was there. I was like, oh, Susie. She's like, I'm just here for you. I was like, oh, that means the world to me. It really does. When you have the support of people who have just met you and they are so excited to see what you do, it means a lot. It touches you. It touched me. We're sitting down, we're eating, and I had the chicken that night. I specifically remember that. I'll tell you why later. As it gets closer to the time for us to go to the back room, I'm getting a little bit of, I say gnats. You know, gnats, they're annoying. They're not quite butterflies because it wasn't that intense. It was just a little something. Finally, the Toastmaster is like, all right, and now for the contest. Table topics. Are you guys ready? That was our cue for the contestants to head back to the back room. As I head back to the back room, I see everybody else. I didn't think like, hey, am I the only one in costume? That didn't cross my mind. We all got back to the back room. They're doing their speech. I decided I'm not going to interact with anybody just yet. I go to the back of the room. I sit in a chair, close my eyes, and I visualize the stage. Except for this time, I added people. And I also visualized them handing me the trophy and me doing my pose that I did at the end. I saw it. I felt it. And it felt great. I stayed in that moment for about 5 minutes. And then I opened my eyes. And I started interacting with everybody. Because that's what I do. I interact with people to get them out of their head. Because if you don't, you see people, you look at them, you're like, okay, okay. Not me. I'm like, hey, you ready for this? You ready? I'm ready. Oh, let's go. They finally mic up the first person. First person is mic'd up. They call them out. Now, when they call out people, I'm the person that's like, let's go. I'm the hype man for everybody because everybody needs a hype man. It's not just about me winning. It's about me being a team player as well. Finally, it's my turn to get mic'd up. I see the battery. It's orange. I'm like, I already know what the deal is. Put it in my pocket. Put the mic on. Take my hat off. Next speaker. I walk into the room. When I walk into the room, I am focused on just getting to the Toastmaster, contest master. Because if I look over here, I'm going to get distracted. I'm focused. I walk up to the stage, shake her hand, and I get into my little rectangle. She gets her little speech and says, contestant, are you ready? I say, yes, I am. I don't hear anything come from the speakers. The audience doesn't hear anything come from the speakers. She didn't hear anything come from the speakers. But she's like, all right, she gave me my question anyway. I was like, maybe they'll come on as I speak. My question was, what courtesy would you like to see more of in the world that you don't see enough of today? I started to speak. The mic doesn't come on. I'm like, uh-oh. I continue to speak. Finally, she stops. She's like, stop. Oh, the audience didn't like that. They're like, what are you doing? It's like, the mic's not working. So she hands me the mic that she has. And she goes, are you ready to start from where you left off? I'm like, seriously? Yes. And then somebody's like, give him some grace from the back. And she's like, all right, you can start over. Are you ready? Yes. So she allowed me to start over from my speech. And when I started over, I didn't think about it. I just let my heart speak. And apparently that was enough for me to win. And so I won that night. But I was not prepared for the win. Even though I visualized it, it just didn't seem as real as it did when I imagined it. So I was in awe. Not to mention me winning the speech contest, I also won the costume contest. Another contest. And then the next day, I won the first timers contest. I should have got a lottery ticket, but I didn't. It just goes to show whenever you put your mind to something, you can achieve it. I'm no better than any of you. I just chose to step into my role and play my part. Thank you. That was crazy, right? I mean, you would think that out of all the people, I would be the one to have a mic issue. Crazy. But it just goes to show when you are prepared, when you can persevere over anything that seems to be an obstacle, you can come out on the other side a winner. This message is brought to you by CC's Creative Fitness. If you're on your fitness journey or want to get help getting started, CC's Creative Fitness can get you going. All you got to do is go to ccscreativefitness.com, sign up for a free consultation. She can tailor a plan specifically to you and your body type and the results that you're trying to get. CC's Creative Fitness. Love yourself first and then spread the love to everyone else. Be sure to leave me a comment. Tell me about a competition you were in where something went wrong, but you still came out victorious. Or tell me about how you were supposed to win, but something just went completely wrong. I'm genuinely interested. And again, thank you for your time. And until next time, peace.